I think so. Yep, there it is. All right. Welcome to episode 4 of Otaku Social Club with me and the Real Honey Bear. I'm Z-Boy Wonder. That is the Real Honey Bear, my favorite dub watcher. Just got to make sure you all know the best dub watcher in the world. It's got me on my co-host gig here. I am a full-time content creator. For those of you that do not know me, this is going to be the last time we kind of do a rundown for who we are. 4th episode, 5th, no more of it. Hopefully you guys know who we are by watching some of the previous episodes. We got a lot to talk about in today's episode. It's going to be super juicy. I play all kinds of games on Twitch, from first-person shooters to strategy games, my favorite being Team Fight Tactics. That's how I met this amazing man right here on my, I believe you're on my right on this side. Yeah, left. I don't know how to actually do directions, dude. I'm lost. But what I do know is how to watch anime, and so does Honey Bear. Let's get a little rundown from my co-host as well.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Honey Bear. I'm just your typical nose picker. Watch a lot of anime. Watch dubbed. Specifically, wish I was at the World Championships for TFT in Germany. I'm not there, but go North America. And
yes,
TFTers out there. Big shout out to NA. NA is doing pretty decent, and I hope they continue for the next couple of days.
Agreed.
Also watching League of Legends Worlds. Anyways.
Yeah, true. No NA. Oh God, that was atrocious.
Wow. Yeah. So happening, but yeah, big anime fan. Definitely just watch anime pretty much. Solely for anything that I do. I don't really watch real people shows. What are those? Who watches those anymore? 100% anime. And anime is actually making, we're looking at stats together, Z-Boy.
Yep.
I just wanted to throw these out there. They're like, anime is actually growing significantly. And I think we both knew it was.
Yeah.
But seeing the stats on it was pretty cool. It's growing.
I think having pop culture cons and comic cons kind of coming up all around North America, not just in the United States, but Canada as well. And it's different bureaus. I think that's the right provinces. That's what it is.
Provinces.
Yeah. Boroughs is New York. My brain just kind of had a brain fart there. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Shout out to the Toronto TFT community. They are massive, apparently. Who knew?
Yeah. No, it really is. So for that, what I was going to say is we also have a bunch of anime expos popping up all across North America, especially in the United States. New York Anime Con just happened last month at the beginning of October. Maybe if we get to a certain point, me and Honey Bear might be showing up at some of these so you guys can meet us in person. We would love to make that happen. Best way to do that is to share the podcast. Make sure you like it when we post it up on YouTube. But these are the live recordings here on the Twitch channel for me, Z-Boy Wonder. My boy Honey Bear is so accepting to allow me to stream them on my channel. Absolute Giga Chad. That's why he's a bear. Giga Bear, I guess, not a Giga Chad. But with those numbers, man, what we're talking about this week is the big 3, right?
Question for you, though.
Yeah, what's the question? What's the question? Sorry, my bad.
If we went to a Comic-Con, what would you cosplay? You got to cosplay, right?
Yeah.
It's a have to.
It's basically me. I mean, let's be honest. The guy literally makes a comparison in the most recent season of Jujutsu Kaisen about Agumon and how certain people, the cat maid would take a lot of subs. That's all I got to say. If I was going to show up as a cat maid, we would need a lot of subs. That'd be something. If we got 1,000 subs on our YouTube channel this year, I might show up to a con as a cat maid.
So
I hate cats, specifically
just
cat girls.
Think about this for a second. You're a tall guy, right? You're a pretty tall guy.
Yeah, I'm like almost 6'1".
6'3".
I wish I was 6'3".
6'1"?
Yeah, I'm like 6'1", around there. A couple centimeters below it, probably. With shoes on, I'm probably 6'1".
What do you think about Tanjiro and Nezuko cosplay? I will be your Tanjiro. I can carry you.
Wait a second.
I'm a stocky guy, but can you fit in a box?
As a 6, that would be interesting. Maybe
you would be a sexy Nezuko.
I could just be Nezuko in the box, right? Like I would just have my legs out of the box.
But I could carry you.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure, no doubt.
Backpack you up, throw you back there, and you're just walking through. Walking through Comic-Con together.
I think the best part about it would be I wouldn't have to walk at all. You would be walking. I would be chilling, and I would just wave at everybody. We could have a little window in there, or better yet, right? Because we're such big Isekai fans, I could be Isekai vending machine, and you could be Tanjiro carrying Isekai vending machine.
Wait, who's the girl that carries the vending machine?
I'm gonna be honest with you, haven't watched a single episode.
You haven't watched it? Okay.
Nope. But I've heard it's good. I've heard it good. But
yeah. It's like I don't know how to put this. It's the trash isekai that you love. You love it.
Yes, we
Like
know all
it's
about
the
that.
it's the good trash isekai.
I mean, I watch a trash anime like once a year, maybe it's like every other year, right? And I just try not to let anybody know about it.
No, these ones. This is like the you have to watch it.
There's an anime. I can't remember. It might be called Kaijo. They fight each other off of water platforms, and by they I mean female characters.
Is this the butt anime?
The butt anime, my man.
Okay,
Only using their butt
like,
or breasts. The double Bs. The weapons of mass destruction. The waifus devour each other with their butts. Oh, wait a second.
My
spoiler.
gosh.
Anywho's back on track. Yeah, that would be awesome. Seriously, that would be pretty epic. I did rock
We could
Gojo.
find some duo cosplay that would be.
We really could.
Like,
it would be good.
A very silly duo cosplay.
Yeah.
Because if you're Nezuko, my gosh, that's the silliest thing I've ever seen. Who's got a 6'2" Nezuko? Like,
I love how you just keep giving me height, man. You really love to build me up. I appreciate
6'5",
it, dude.
somewhere around there.
Yeah. I should be an NBA star. I mean, let's be honest. If we're keeping
it's just
it real,
gonna keep going up, man.
Yeah. Every week I gain an inch somewhere.
You'll love to see it. You really do. Yeah, somewhere you gain an inch.
The wink.
Don't worry about where.
Yeah, the wink was pretty good. I mean, if you're an anime fan, you know what that wink meant.
Don't worry about where.
Am I smiling while I do that? I don't know. I can't feel it. Am I okay?
Hey, I mean, you look okay.
This week we are talking about the big three. We're talking about the big three.
Yes.
We're also talking about if there is a new big three, but that's going to come a little bit later.
It might be.
What we are going to start with here is, let's start with anime of the week, and then we'll go into the top 5 because we kind of have the top 5 a little different than normal, and it's a little bit more of like a game show style. So we're going to see how that works this week and see how you guys enjoy it. All the listeners, all the viewers. I think it's going to be awesome. I think I'm going to epically fail. Honey Bear gets to roast me. That's what he's been waiting for the whole show.
I will.
He's just been like, this guy, we're going to roast him. Z-Boy, that ego, got to crush it. This anime elitist Z-Boy over there.
Crush
it's all right.
Absolutely just right.
You're the villain to my arc, and I need that, right? I need someone to be the villain to my arc. Also, shout out to Fortnite for having the OG map back today. Back today. Yes. All right, bringing me back to feeling like I'm a child again, but you can play with all the awesome anime characters, a lot of them from the big three.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Luffy at, though? Where's my boy? Straw Hat Captain boy. You know what I'm saying?
Is he not in Fortnite?
Nah, he needs to be, though. Especially with the live action.
Get him?
Yeah, they really need to pull some moves out of their hat, you know? They got Naruto.
I wonder how much money Oda's asking for. But like he doesn't need it, so he's probably like gonna donate it, whatever money he gets from Fortnite.
So they just have Dragon Ball in there. They have Naruto in there, but they don't have, and they have Jujutsu Kaisen in there. They also have MHA in there. You know, kind of interesting. Maybe there is a new big three.
Oh, you know what would be sick? Just thought of this. You know how there's the Oda statues, right? How he's got all the Straw Hat statues.
Mm-hmm.
What if the Fortnite money comes through and they make the Sunny?
Oh,
or the Going Merry. Either one would be fine.
If
by
it was
me.
like small, like
that's got to be a lot of money to make that out of the metal that they're using.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Sick.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Sick.
That would be really cool. That would actually be
like
iconic.
a full size statue of that.
What if it was like a point of interest on the map where you or like also I'm thinking about Fortnite now, obviously, but yes, but with the statues, that would be iconic. We would have to go to that, right?
Beautiful.
We would have to go to that.
You got to go to Japan.
Where we drop in?
I can't remember what city it's in. It's his hometown though, right?
So I know
the Oda statues.
No, they're all over Japan. They're in different areas. They're not just.
No, they're in the same.
I thought they were. I thought they were in different
one
spots.
city.
Is it just one city? I'm
pretty sure.
Verify
Let's see.
this. I'm looking it up.
Oh, you got it. Okay, I'll let you.
Statues in Japan. Thank you, Google superpower. Locations.
Yeah, I wanted to say.
Oh yeah. You're right. It's all. It looks like location statues in Kumamoto.
Yeah, because that's his hometown. He donated like $5 million for disaster relief, and then because of that, the city decided to build him his statue.
So this is why I thought it was in different cities, because how far they're spread out across Kumamoto is pretty far.
Yeah, they're in like epic. Every park as far away as you can get. Yeah. So it's like a full day tourist attraction. You got to try to get to all of them, and it actually takes an entire day.
That is
sick. You can't just do it in an afternoon.
It's
really cool.
It's all of the Straw Hats.
Like a bucket list.
So, spoiler, Monkey D. Luffy Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Brook, Zoro, Frankie, Robin, Nami, and Jinbei. All 10. That's
9.
lit. Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh,
10?
it is 10. Yeah,
10?
with Luffy, it's 10.
Yeah, 10 with Luffy, right? With the captain? Yeah. No, I agree. There are 9 members, then 10 with Luffy. Dude, they're so sick. Luffy's looks so good.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, Sanji's is elite too.
Yeah, it does.
They do?
Yeah,
Wow.
I think Frankie's was the best. I thought Frankie's was
Usopp
the best. They're all
has
good. It's
the-
like, oh, Frankie's is a 9.7 out of 10, and Luffy's is a 9.4.
Bro,
Like,
Brooks is
you know what I mean?
pretty fucking good, dude.
Brooks is good. Yeah.
Wow, I'll have that bleeped. But that is so good. Holy. Oh my god, he's like rocking out. That is so good. Yeah. No, Frankie's is too. With the super. Love
If
it.
you haven't looked at these, just if
I'm
you're
posting it
listening,
in the
go
chat.
look at them.
I'm posting it in the
go
chat.
Google them.
I'll have it in descriptions on the YouTube. But it's in the chat now.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
If you ever find yourself in Japan, this is a must do.
Wow, they have Mami Nami. Sheesh.
Yeah, they do. They got
Wow.
everybody.
Wow. Back on track here, though. So, anime of the week discussion is going to be
One
Jujutsu
Piece.
Kaisen.
Oh, yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen. That was
we
the
talked
other
about
one.
One Piece already. One Piece was our first episode. If you guys haven't checked that out yet, you should go back and do so. It's excellent. We talked about the GOAT of One Piece, well, who is open for interpretation. You know, you can interpret who you are a fan of. My boy Honeybear did say one thing here, right? And that was Bon, right? You were Bon, and I was Team
Bon
Ace.
Clay. Yeah, Bon Clay is the
Bon
GOAT.
Clay's yours. Team Ace is
Yep.
mine. Talking about Ace, y'all. We got
Bon
Ace
Clay.
always on my
Shout
neck.
out to the
God.
Crazy Pete. He just got to that point. He just saw Bon Clay.
Dude, Bon Clay's lit. Yeah, shout out to Crazy Pete. Finally getting there. No spoilers.
Finally
What a
got
G.
there.
Imagine being able to watch One Piece with no spoilies. That's insane. I wish
he's doing the best he can.
I wish I could do that. I can't. You know why? Because I look at Japanese travel vlogs and they get me in the train station. GG's me, dude. GG's me.
But you know what you can watch without spoilers? JJK.
And tell
which
you
is coming
hear about
out right
us.
now. If you
Talk
guys are
about
not
it.
caught up, there will be spoilers if you're not caught up. So
True.
you might
True.
wanna pause. Might wanna skip this section. Whatever you gotta do. But
Pause it.
yes, JJK.
Yeah, JJK has been so incredible this season. Mappa took things up another level. Didn't even know that was
Yes.
possible, but they continue to find a way. And one thing I want to say about Mappa is they actually had a really good interview this week from the CEO talking about some crazy returns and lack thereof returns on shows that have won awards. If you haven't seen that, it is on the anime Reddit. You should definitely go out and check that out as well. I'll probably post a link in chat here by the end of stream. Also in the description. I think it's a really good interview, and it's really interesting to look inside one of the biggest studios in the game, maybe the best studio in the game at this point, next to UFO Table. They're really like close and neck on making the best animation that you can possibly
They're good.
find.
They're really good.
One thing I want to say about Jujutsu Kaisen, where we're at right now in JJK, some of the best fights I've ever seen. Literally some of the best fights I've ever seen. From the beginning of the season of Gojo versus Toji.
Yes.
That is Megumi's dad. Absolutely legendary.
100%.
So good. It is so incredible what those two do. We get to see Gojo literally use his ability to come back to life. He gets killed. Spoilers.
Yes.
Gets killed, comes back to life. Didn't know that was possible.
I thought season 2 started off like a little stale, a little dry. It's like, okay, you change things up. You're following Gojo now. That fight saved the whole thing.
No,
like
that
there was
fight
nothing.
crazy.
The fight started, and I'm like, the first what was it, 3 episodes without the fight was like, that was needed. We needed the build up. Like we had to have the build up to get this epic fight. And without the build up, it wouldn't have been as epic. And that was like prime anime right there.
100% agree.
Prime anime.
It really puts into perspective what Mappa can do when they're at their best. And it's the first time we've seen somebody try to take a shot at the king in terms of fight animation, which Demon Slayer's been absolutely crushing the game since it started and continues to do so.
Since the early Fate series, right?
Yeah.
The early Fate series started it, and they're like, oh, you can add lots of stuff. There can be lots of good.
They're like,
fights.
we can't tell stories very well, but you know what we can do? We can destroy fight scenes. Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
And then the rest of the animation's kind of like, it's all right.
Every fight that Gilgamesh is in is insane.
Yes, it is.
Absurd.
And then
Absurd.
Demon Slayer was like, ooh, you have good fight scenes, but we have more money. And then they made the fight scene better.
Yep.
And then JJK is doing a really good balance of it. They're like, we're going to make epic fight scenes plus have the good storyline, and good animation outside of it to back it up.
Agreed. I think the biggest part that I like about part 1 of season 2 is that it gives us an actual understanding of the power scale, because the power scale in Jujutsu Kaisen is set by Gojo Satoru. If you aren't understanding that yet, I'm sorry, but that is how they do it. The creator has came out and said that he needed a preference of power to scale everything to, and Gojo is that preference. That is where he takes it all from, pulls it from Gojo. If you are stronger than Gojo, which this week we finally might have found a character as strong as Gojo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really weird power system.
It
right?
really is.
It's I don't want to say it's never been done because I can't confirm that, but it's rare. This is rare to see in an anime that the power system is based off one guy.
Didn't Naruto kind
and
of
not
do it
even
a
the
little
main
bit?
character,
Or kind of how like
character.
DBZ kind of does it with Goku. They kind of use Goku as like a preference of like, this is how strong you need to be, right? And how scaling works. And
to
Goku
a certain extent,
finds ways to break through that barrier through himself, but they don't pull from someone that's already the strongest. We don't have like this man, I keep saying preference when I meant to say reference. My brain is, I'm a little tired, worked all day. Now we're here. Meant to say reference. That's where he references everything.
Yes.
So that is where it's at. That is what the form of reference is for the power scaling. And Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job at telling their story. It's very, very, very good so far. I've loved every bit of it. I don't think the pacing's off. I think the pacing is incredible. I think One Piece could learn a thing or two from some of the pacing, personally. Just throwing that out there. Just saying.
They're not fast enough at writing it, right? Like they gotta add filler in there so they don't pass the manga.
That too, but also, I mean, some of the fight scenes that are like 3 episodes versus 30. I'm just saying, could learn a thing or two. But that's because One Piece is also actually only 17-minute episodes, and Jujutsu Kaisen is 30-minute episodes. Well, 25.
20, yeah. They're up there. They're in the low to mid 20s.
Yeah.
And yeah, One Piece is 16 to 17.
Right. And sometimes 13. Let's be real. Because sometimes you literally get recap after recap, and you're like, wait a second, am I watching the same episode again? Did that just happen?
I want to pick your brain on this.
Yeah.
And go with the bias and then give me the non-bias.
Okay.
What do you think of the transition, if you will? It's not a full transition, right? But it's a partial transition of main character Itadori to main character Gojo. Gojo is not the main character, but if you watch season 2, you're like,
is he the main
maybe
character?
He is.
Right.
Maybe
right.
he is.
I actually had to have,
and they've stated he's not.
Confirmation on that myself by asking people. Right. I asked a few different people that I think is credible, plus people that read the manga. And Jujutsu Kaisen does such a good job at character development in so little of time that they literally make you think that there are new main characters constantly. But you meet the main character in episode 1. You follow the main character instantly. And that is still Itadori.
Yes.
Itadori,
it was supposed
Yuji,
to be Gojo. The start of the anime, they actually, when he was originally writing it, it was for Gojo.
Right.
And then Gojo was too powerful to write it about, so he wrote it about Itadori.
Because he started thinking, he's like, how do I do this? And then he looked at it, and he pulled a lot of stuff from Bleach. Actually, he's a very, very big fan of Bleach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, huge Bleach fan. Grew up reading it, was obsessed with it, and reached out to Tite. And Tite actually was the one that pushed him off the Gojo main character.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would have, like, if you said any anime, if you're like, pick the anime that got it reference from, I would have said Dragon Ball Z.
No.
I would have said.
So that is, like, obviously something that gave him a lot of, like, ideas of these are how I want to do fights.
But if he branded it based off another one, I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Because the idea of domain expansion is actually similar to Bankai's.
I never made that connection.
Yeah. That's where he got that idea from. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yep. That was the whole point of it. And yeah, he was like, yo, this is my idea. Will you read through it? And Tite was like, oh, I'd be honored to. Looks at it. And I only know this because I watched this hour-long documentary on Tite.
There you go.
And that's where it all came from. And yeah, like the guy, like somebody used that as a form of reference to like talk about that whole subject because they were talking to each other over and over. And I was like, oh wow, this is crazy. This is actually great insider information. I'll have to find that video and send it to you. It's pretty good. I might even link that in the video. Yeah, it's really, really good. But what was my biased opinion on something that I was supposed to give?
I mean, you're a Gojo fan. Gojo's your favorite character.
Yeah. I don't think
show.
that Gojo is
so,
the main character. No.
Well, it was more of like, how do you feel about, because obviously, you have to go into Gojo storyline,
Right?
But Itadori is kind of like a thing of the past for this season. It kind of feels like, right? He's like,
what we just
taking
got to this week,
a backside to
is
it,
where we're going into the Itadori part again now, because Gojo's obviously sealed, and now we're
for
about
the majority
to
of the beginning.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, though.
Step back
is because we actually didn't understand how powerful Gojo was, other than the fact that he took us into Infinity Land. And we needed that to happen. We needed to see like what the other abilities of Gojo, the Gojo clan, essentially is, and it being one dude, and the Infinity Eyes really needed to be contextualized, because I don't think we understand the power scaling and what the actual like levels of Gojo's strength really is without seeing him in this adolescent state where he's just popping off, like throwing hundreds of fools around, like making it look easy, stopping time left and right. He's not normal, right? And that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They used normal humans in that first arc, part 1, to really give you context on how strong Gojo is. And that's really, really important.
I feel that.
Because then you actually get to understand how strong Geto is as the other side of things, with spirit manipulation or curse manipulation. I don't know why I said spirit. I'm thinking Bleach, right? I'm trying to draw. But that's also kind of a Bleach thing too, right? Is where you start to see some of those tropes again coming in, bleeding into it. Huge Bleach fan. That was his favorite of the big 3, which is great.
Yeah.
Because with Jujutsu Kaisen and what we just saw this week and what we've been seeing with these crazy curses, I love the idea of curses. Like how they get their strength, where they get their abilities from. All of that is so beautiful. And just, again, the pacing. The pacing and development is top notch. 10 out of 10 in my book. Could not get better.
I do think it's because they waited so long, for the next season. I think they took their time,
right?
Made sure the manga was perfect. It was all caught up, and then now they can go straight off of the source material.
Yep.
Little bit more difficult for some other anime, which makes sense.
That's why there's MAPPA.
That's why One Piece is a thing.
Yeah, One Piece is important,
whether you watch it or not. But it's a thing, and they have to have it. But there is gonna be no like sped up JJK, right? It's just never gonna happen. You can't cut enough.
Yeah,
there's no material you can cut out.
Right.
It's just every episode is jam packed with material, things you need to know. It's all canon. You don't need like there's little filler. By filler I mean there's like jokes, 20 seconds of filler. An episode, but. Yeah, I agree. I think the pacing is awesome. I do miss some of the characters. I wish they got more screen time.
I agree.
Cool to see Gojo. It was cool to see the background in Gojo, not Jojo.
Yeah, no, you're good. Jojo.
But
Jojo.
It's fun. It's fun to watch him and see it. But like I miss like thick boy, like brother was Toto.
Toto's gonna have his time in the sun. Don't worry.
Yeah, but like I miss him. Like I want him back. Like we're 20 episodes in. We're 20 episodes into this, and like, man, I just wanted that tag team. That duo, that fight was so epic. I'm like, I want to see more of that. I want to see more of the brothers. I haven't gotten it yet. I know I will.
I have a question for you now.
It's a selfish thing.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I see you're sitting down, so I just got to hit you with this. You ready?
I'm sitting up. Wait. No,
who and what is your type of woman?
Oh, jeez. Waifu bear.
That a man. Staying humble. That's where it's at. He forgot to say, chat. Tall woman, long legs, with a big ass, like our boy Toto.
Toto. Yeah, but like, what a great character, right? But like, in all reality, like he is. I don't want to call him a comedic relief character, but he brings the comedy to it, right?
Yeah,
like he brings that comedy.
Comic relief, but also
season 1 was so good. Yeah, but they're not in a lot of comedy right now. Like this season is not as comedic. This season is action.
Yep, Gojo had some comedic moments with Geto, but that's about it. Like we haven't seen too much outside of that. Outside of that, it's just been like
action.
Boom, 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 in your face, sadness, despair, people dying left and right. Like people are literally being killed left and right, like decapitated. Talking about skinning people. Like it's really had a tonal shift from where it was in season 1, which also had some crazy tragedy Itadori loses his
Us too.
grandfather. You know, things get pretty scary.
Yeah,
Things get pretty
Itadori
sad
had
pretty
to
quick.
struggle through watching, people turn, people transform, people die in front of him.
Yep.
And yeah, it was needed to transform him into who he
Mojito.
is today. But like Gojo, seen that, done that, been there, done that. Like, no fear in that man's
Got
eyes.
me locked up. Can't let him out. No, can't let him out.
Final words on JJK?
Yeah, I think that if you haven't started watching it yet, you really should. Sorry for the spoilers. I'm sure people have us muted right now for that reason. That's okay. I'm going to type in chat that we are ending the Jujutsu Kaisen talk. But if you had to give a grade just on season 1, what would your grade be?
Just on season 1.
Yep.
9.2.
Yeah, I would say that it's up there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's high.
I would say for me, it's like a 9.5, 9.6. I really, really liked season 1 so much so that my boy that was only a One Punch fan and a DBZ fan, I was like, bro, boy, do I got an anime for you.
Check it out.
Yep. And he's literally been rewatching season 1 multiple times during season 2. That's how much he likes it. Pulled him in with
Gojo could be One Punch Man. I've never seen them together.
Yeah, me either. Never in the same room. Could be Satoru. Satoru, that's his name. Saitama with hair.
Yes.
Just saying. Don't know. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out by the end of season.
Season 2 does bring it down for me a little bit. I would put it at like an 8.9, but I think it's going to climb back up there.
Yep, hasn't finished yet, so we'll have to see where it gets to. For sure. I have season 2 as an absolute banger, actually. Maybe the best anime fights I've seen so far. Does it bring it up for you? Yeah, it brings it up to 9.8 for me.
Okay.
Honestly, I think it's getting close to near perfect shonen.
And at that point, it's just like we both agree, one of the greatest anime. It's just personal preference at that point,
dude. We're just getting started. Yeah. That's the best part about it.
We're personal preferencing it.
Yeah, no, 100% preference. You know, we'll get grilled in the comments for this. That's fine. You can tell me I'm stupid, I'm dumb. Z-Boy has no credible action. Just know we love One Piece on this freaking anime a lot, and Bleach is top tier all time. Don't forget that. Speaking of which, let's jump into our top 5 list this week, Honey Bear. Do you want to explain the structure?
And it's going to be a fun one for everybody. So structure is a little bit different. So we normally do a top 5. Z-Boy and I come up together or, work together separately on a list. And then we reveal them to each other and you guys. However, this time we are going to be doing things a little bit different. It's only going to be Z-Boy. I have the top 5 list and I'm going to be waiting for Z-Boy to guess it. And so this list is from winter, spring, summer, and fall. All of it. So all of them combined. The top 5 anime from 2020. And so you take those, put them all together. This list is compiled from my anime list. So if you hate my anime list, sorry, that's where it's coming from. So if there was a season of anime during that time frame, so during 2020, that was scored, and then I put the anime on the list. If there were 2 seasons during that time frame, some there were, then I only scored the best one. There are no duplicates on the list. I have the entire list written out before me. Z-Boy has not seen this. I did not tell Z-Boy anything about this before now, and so he gets to go in completely blind. We're giving him a few seconds here to gather his thoughts, gather his understandings. I have the top 13 that I wrote down, so if he's on there, I'll let him know. And we'll kind of see how he does.
Do I need these top 5 to be like in order of the top 5?
No. Give me an anime, and I will let you know where it ranked, if it was even a season during that time, and you'll be able to know from there. But do you feel comfortable about this? You feel confident?
Yep. I think I got this.
I was saying, that's a lot of confidence.
I think I got this.
Crickets.
I think I got this. No, I just had to think about the last one. I
Editor,
had 4.
Put crickets in there. You feel confident?
Yeah. No, I feel good. I got this. My brain was just, I feel confident. I just had to think, dude. I just had to think, okay? I have all this information from our outline, and I was like, gotta remove that. But some of it's probably pretty accurate for what's happening here. Are you ready? I'm ready. All right. You ready for the start?
Yeah, so this is top 5 anime from 2020 according to my anime list. Z-Boy, what's in the top 5?
My Hero Academia.
No.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is not on the list. I believe it was 2019 and 2021.
Okay. Haikyuu?
Yep. IQ number 4. Do you know what season?
Or what
season?
Haikyuu to the top.
To the top part 2.
Okay,
was the number 1 to the top and to the top part 2. We're both on there
because I just don't want to go too deep on that. But okay, that makes sense. All right, perfect. That was on my list. Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer was not on there.
Frick, that was 2019. Dang it.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Dang it. Okay, and
you have 4.
My 5th was Jujutsu Kaisen. Did that come out in 2020?
JJK number 3. First season.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's my 5. So what am I missing?
No, keep going.
Okay,
you gotta get the top 5. You can keep guessing.
Okay. Outside of that, then wait, Sword Art wasn't on there. I said that right?
Correct. Sword Art is not on
Okay,
there.
I thought Alicization,
what else came out this time?
Part was in that time frame. Man, I'm trying to not look over at chat because I feel like they're definitely gonna spoiler it for me. Now I gotta think. Oh dang, man. Wait, Dragon Ball Super?
Not on there.
Oh geez.
Yep.
Oh geez.
Start thinking of smaller anime. Start thinking of different genres out there. There's a genre you are not touching.
Oh, My Darling. That was My Dress Up Darling. Was it on there?
Okay, you were on the right track, but that was 2022.
Dang it. Okay, that came up later. Rent a Girlfriend came out later as well.
Correct. Rent a Girlfriend did come out during this time, I believe, but it did not make the top list. I believe it was was lower
20?
on there. I think it was like 20th.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but you're on the right track. What are the biggest names in that category?
Did
what are
Fruit
the
Baskets remaster come out?
Basket,
Yes, it did.
5.
Let's go, baby. Okay, I'm on it now. All right.
You're on.
Did
one more in that genre, and then there's one you're missing.
Netflix.
Not Netflix. Nope.
No Netflix are on this.
This is Crunchyroll.
Okay, only Crunchyroll. Okay, I was about to say Can't Communicate might have been
Netflix is also on there, but I'm just saying that.
Okay.
Not on the top 5. They didn't make it.
Okay.
Number 2.
Oh God.
Yep, it's in the same genre as Fruit Basket. You got the love, you got the kisses.
Oh man, what is it? What is it? Oh my God, it hit me. What is the name of that one?
It's there.
Oh my God, it's actually such a good anime too.
It's right there. I know you know it.
It's not Kataguri. It's freaking. Oh my God, what is it? Love is War. What is?
Love is War is number 2.
Yes.
Love
Okay, we're here. Thank you for the hints.
2.
Okay, number 1 during that time.
Number 1 is not your
typical anime.
Like North America is not huge on this anime, but Japan is massive on it. This was the 3rd season.
Is it an idol anime?
It is not an idol anime. This is a war anime.
War anime. Kingdom
is number 1. Kingdom, the 3rd season, the rank 1.
That's
you
fair.
Got them. The top 5 there.
So can I get the
Kingdom,
5 in a list?
War, JJK, Haikyuu, and Fruits Basket.
JJK, Haikyuu, dude. Haikyuu. I knew it was on there. That was one, like, I knew that one. Like, that was when you saw me counting, I was like, Haikyuu. I know that was 2020 because that is my favorite anime. I would be a fake fan.
The funny thing, I did all the research for 6 through 13.
Yeah.
You didn't guess a single one.
Yeah, I'm sure I did it. I'm sure I did. Was Black Clover on there?
No, Black Clover was not on there.
It stopped airing in 2020, right? Is when it's cut off?
I believe so, yes, but it also didn't release a season in 2020.
Okay.
The seasons were weird for Black
Clover. That's what I thought. I was like, did it cut off
season
during that time?
Yeah, I
that
think
was
it
like
stopped somewhere
right
in
during
2020.
the Elf War kind of cutting off and stuff. Spoilers. I gotta get better at saying that before I say stuff. I gotta get better at saying that so that
it's not that bad.
Spoilers. But yeah, no. Haikyuu, man. Have you seen it?
Haikyuu?
Yeah. Are you caught up?
It is my. I know it's not your second favorite, but it is my second favorite sports anime of all time.
Behind basketball,
which is. Yeah, Kuroko no Basket is my number 1.
All right, Kuroko no Basket.
Really like Kuroko no Basket.
Yeah. So Haikyuu's not my favorite sports anime, Honey Bear. It is my favorite anime.
Yep.
Yeah, it's top 1 for me. It superseded with To the Top.
I do like Haikyuu.
Past Hunter x Hunter for me. And with the return of Bleach, I think that Return of Bleach has superseded Hunter x Hunter for me as well.
Yeah. So others on here that were kind of fun. ReZero.
Oh my God. 8. Bro,
yeah,
I totally spaced. That's season 2, right?
Yep, season 2.
Yep. Season 3 was banger, by the way.
Yeah, so that was on there. Ascendance of a Bookworm which I never watched. But
I was gonna say
It's on there?
Ascendance until you were like, "Yo, not this genre." I was like, "Okay, then Ascendance isn't there," because that was in my mind
Yep.
for a second. Okay.
Yep. A Scientific Railgun. I think those
Oh,
are.
it had the comeback.
Yep.
Did you watch that?
I did not
Have
watch
you seen
that.
Magical
I was not.
Index?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I was not a
Sorry,
Railgun fan.
you weren't a fan of Railgun?
It was like I only gave it like one episode, and then I'm like,
Aw.
okay,
Railgun's
I'm gonna
dope.
step away.
The relaunch is really
Mhm.
good. Like it actually it modernizes its art. Just to give you a
Might
little.
have to go back. It's one of those that I was like, it was always I might go back and watch.
Sure,
it type deal.
sure. It's like
It was never.
okay.
I don't like it. I'm
Maybe
stepping
it's one
away.
we'll watch together, and that could be like an anime of the week down the road for us.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah. And maybe we can get the community on it. Y'all, we're going to start throwing our anime of the week out there for you guys to start voting on again,
Yes.
like we did on Twitter. We actually really, really enjoyed talking about Death Note last week, and that was the community's choice. So we'll put a couple of polls out there. We'll put one in the Discord. We'll put one on Twitter. So be sure to follow me on my Twitter. Be sure to join me on my Discord. We'll probably try to, as this grows and we get more community members, if it starts to flood the Discord, we'll just make our own Discord for you guys. But right now, we're going to use my established Discord. It's put together. It's well made to some degree. But let's get people in there talking about anime. We love anime. And make sure you cover your spoilers up in there because no one wants us spoiling Andy.
Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
Last one. I think I don't know. Golden Kamui?
Oh, Golden Kamui. Very, very big fan.
Never
I've
seen that one.
Dude, it is so good. If you want to learn about Japan,
I've looked for it.
it's on.
That's it?
It's on Crunchyroll. It's so.
Yeah. I've looked at it and I'm like, it's one of those that's on. It's been on my list for years now.
I love it actually. It's in my top underrated anime.
Okay.
It's so good. It takes a lot of the anime tropes that like make you like love to hate anime, right?
Yeah.
But then it also puts you in World War One, maybe? I think World War One of the Japan-Russian War. So I think that's closer to World War One, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that is World War Two. I'd have to look at that exactly. But it gives you a look at the native life of Japan.
Okay.
And it's really, really cool. So it gives you a lot of these cool facts that you might not have known if you wanted to be a little bit more up on OG Japan era. It's great. Yeah, like it's post samurai era, right? Like muskets are a part of it and stuff. And the main premise is about finding this massive treasure, the Golden Kamui.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense now. Because I'm like, is that somebody's name? But no, it might be somebody's name. But the Golden Kamui.
Yeah,
okay.
it's this treasure that is the map is tattooed on these prisoners' skins.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty epic.
So it's basically just One Piece. You just got to find the One Piece, right?
Kind of. But
the people are the poneglyphs, and you just got to work around finding the One Piece. Same thing,
Can you
right?
skin the poneglyphs?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
okay,
Rook
yeah.
did.
Facts. Okay. All right. I feel like Law kind of does that too, right? All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Boom. It's actually just Golden One Piece. Watch it.
Golden One Piece. Wasn't there a movie like that?
Something.
The Golden One Piece movie?
Something like that.
Anywho,
I don't know. Golden Age?
Talking about One Piece, though, you want to dive into the big three?
Yeah, I think it's time. You want to lead us off on what is the big three?
Yes, because I think that's very important.
It is.
We disclose this information so that everybody understands where we're coming from. So the big three is a title given out for the best performing manga in the early 2000s. All right. It
Also
was the
anime.
largest franchises, the early 2000s. This big three is not up for debate. It is what it is. It's a title that was given out. They have the title. If people want to try and put them in there, you can't. Sorry. It's a title. They own it. It's One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach. They are the big three. There is no way around it. Although, like Z-Boy, myself, and probably many others, somewhat tossed Dragon Ball in there as like the father, the grandfather.
Yeah, the one that led it to the Western audience.
They were out there. It was, that's fair. If you toss it in there, it's like, hey, he's not part of the big three, but like he was there,
It's one of the most important animes of all time.
There's no way around it. Yes,
that's what Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball are in general. It introduced the Western audience, especially me as a child. Honey Bear, we're pretty much the same age, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So we were kids watching that on Toonami every week, for sure. After a couple shows, one of them being
Rest in
Sailor
peace,
Moon.
Toonami.
Wow, that's a hot take in our chat right now. That is a hot take.
That's pretty funny.
My brain exploded for a second
We'll get to that one. We'll get to that. Continue.
Whoa, yeah. But so Dragon Ball Z was very, very big for getting us kids into Shonen Jump. Without that, I probably would have never found it. It put me on it. I don't know about you, but yes. I was walking through my supermarket as a kid and I said, Mom, I need this Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's really important for my deck. But also, Goku!
Yeah, Goku was huge. Goku even like, I still don't read manga, but Goku got me understanding of manga of like the little intricacies of it, of like the reason Goku's hair turns blonde, right, when he transforms into a Super Saiyan was not because they thought that was the best color. It was because they wanted to give their manga writers or you know, people who color in the manga a break because dark hair takes a lot of color. And so they're like, let's just make it white so you can just see the outline.
Yep.
And that was easy for them.
Yep.
Which was really fun. It was a really cool little thing that I got to learn, got me into it, got me invested into it. So yes, but not only that, of like, yeah, the you know, these three anime specifically, the sitting on the couch waiting for him to come on, watching the Cartoon Network and just being like, ooh, when's Naruto gonna come on? Like, I can't freaking wait.
Yeah, same with Bleach, same with One Piece.
Yes.
But to be fair, One Piece at that time was kind of trash.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah.
Because you know who had it? Big. You know who had it for making it at that time? It wasn't Toei. 4 Kids.
4 Kids.
Kids.
I'm like, I cannot think of it. Yeah, 4 Kids.
That's what made Digimon kind of rough, but still nostalgic.
Yeah.
So good. Digimon
4 Kids is like a meme now for One Piece, though. I'm so thankful
same with
it was
Yu-Gi-Oh.
there.
Yu-Gi-Oh's was ridiculous. I will send you to the Shadow Realm.
Yep, loved it. But yeah, big 3 set in stone. There's no getting around them.
Nope.
So we will refer to everything as those big 3, and we will not be deviating from that.
A fun fact that I did find, just so you know, not to cut you off.
Mm-hmm. No, go ahead.
It is actually, those 3 were the most viewed animes during that time frame as well. I did find that across multiple forms. And I don't have numbers, so I'm not going to throw numbers at y'all.
Nope.
But we do have hard numbers on the mangas and how average sales per volume went.
And they were not even close for that time frame. It wasn't close. They were way up there. People could say like, and especially we have the numbers now, which are going to be different than they were before, but you did see the numbers before. It was astronomical. Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece were in a league of their own. Yeah. It wasn't even close.
One Piece is
like
absurd,
there was
dude. Looking at
no way around it.
Insane. It's a $500 million, dude. With a B. $500 million.
Did you see
$1 billion?
You have Dragon Ball's number, which is another one. The reason a lot of people put Dragon Ball is like the grandfather, the father. Yeah. It was per volume sold 6.19 million copies on average per volume sold, which is just the next closest was it? Well, Demon Slayer's up there now, but One Piece at 4.82. It's like, what?
Demon Slayer surpasses it.
It wasn't even close. Dragon Ball was insane, and really brought up these anime. But yeah, they were really high up there.
We're gonna wrap that part up because there's no disputing
who the heck cares about the big? This is
factual.
Who cares about that?
What this episode is about, and you're gonna see me and Honey Bear maybe take a couple of jabs at each other here, but that's because we love each other. It's out of love, all right?
Absolutely.
We're not saying we're not getting negative Nancy or pessimistic towards each other. This is complete opinion at this point. Nothing else other than opinion. We are gonna back it up with some facts here, but this is what we decide as the new big 3. And is there a new big 3? More importantly to say. But how we're doing it, I'm going to let Honey Bear take that over and break it down because this man's really crushed this week's outline. Put in insane work. I was busy in personal life, and Honey Bear went above and beyond, even with his personal life stuff going on. And hats off to this man. We love you here, Honey Bear.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm not going to read all of our criteria, but I'm just going to quick pinpoint some things.
Yeah.
Personal preference is going to be high up there for us. Categorizing them of like, how do they feel like the big 3? Number of streaming numbers, manga numbers we're going to look up there because that was the hard numbers that we could find. We also want to look at the wow factor. So did it wow us? We can't talk about a lot of other people, but there are going to be some shows that wowed Twitter, that wowed the world and just absolutely blew it up. So we're going to be talking about things like that. And then the longevity of the anime. Is it going to be able to keep going forward? And how did it change the anime community? And I think Z-Boy, you were going to talk a little bit most on that.
Yep.
Of like, how'd the big three change? What is the community looking for in an anime right now?
Yep.
And what are we demanding as a culture, an anime culture for? And how does that pertain to the list? But starting us off, we have a huge list of them.
Yeah.
What do you want to start off on?
One last thing I want to touch on. A lot of this falls under the shonen umbrella. All right, we're not getting out of that realm. We're staying within that idea of shonen for the big three because the big three was set by shonen. So we're staying in that category. Yep. Back to it though. Where do I want to start with things? I mean, we start with the new Godfather, right? The new father, in my opinion. That's how I look at this show now. Mm-hmm. Because I think it's introducing the next generation of viewers to this style. And it's one of the first that kind of gave us that tonal shift that I will talk a little bit more about with my opinion on why I think the big three might actually have a shift to a new big three. And that is Attack on Titan.
Yep.
I think Attack on Titan is replacing Dragon Ball Z, as it has been able to do something that no show has ever done before, go on a multi-year hiatus, come back with a bigger fandom, was literally able to juice that fandom, hype sauce it up, go crazy on it. And have you ever seen a show, Honey Bear, go dun 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 dun, final episode, this is the final season of final season to the finals of season, never ending season, episode 16,000, 7,000 to what?
I freaking hate that. I hate that that's how it is. But no, it's never been done before.
No, and it's so hype. It's so hype. We're literally about to have the last episode released next week. For those of you unknowers.
I just don't care, man. Just give me why is it gonna be the final part of the final season of the final episode of the final movie slotted into 2 parts? Like, I don't care, man.
I'm fighting Final Alchemist. Wait, what?
Final. Get the final out of there. Make the final the final.
Yeah, just like, where's the finale, man? We're ready. All right, we've been waiting. I'm gonna be 40 by the time it's the finale. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I already feel like it. My back hurts.
It's better than One Piece. We're not gonna who knows, man? Are we gonna die?
You're gonna be on your second child. I'm gonna be considering a child. I mean, it's gonna be a heckin' day, man. It's gonna be a heckin' day.
The realistic of it, like, we're both gonna have children. Our children are gonna be watching it with us. Like, we're gonna be like, "What's the One Piece?"
Yeah. I'm gonna be
gray hair. We're gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, I've been watching this since I was 4."
No teeth in our mouth, veneers replacing them, dentures going in, dude.
We get to know what the One Piece is. It's Oda's son is finishing it.
Yeah. Do you remember, like the meme? It's like the era. Do you remember the One Piece era?
Yes.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, but Attack on Titan took the world by storm. I think it is the greatest anime at plot twists.
Yeah.
Since
might be one of the best shows in plot twist history, dude.
Yeah, I would say I'm biased on this, but I would say it's up there with plot twists with the likes of Death Note, right?
Yeah,
I think that's better at it just because I'm biased.
Sure,
but it's up there. It's in the category.
It might be on the structure of Game of Thrones on plot twists.
Yes.
Like
Great point.
It's got stuff like that happening in it. Like,
yes.
Some of the stuff that happens with Eren and his dad, that plot twist alone,
mind blowing.
Hello?
And the fact that it was in the anime the whole time.
And no one saw it, not even me. And
no one saw it.
I'm big brain detective, dude. I won't even lie. I go deep on these things.
And no one saw it.
I actually have a short and a TikTok that went pretty viral from my girlfriend recording me while I watched an episode in the final season where I'm just like, what is going on right now? What is happening? What is this? What is going on? What? And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I think I'm just hungry.
No.
And I'm like, but I'm not okay. And it's okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, spoiler on my TikTok. We do have spoilers. We do say that at the beginning of the episode. We say it throughout the episode. We might have missed saying spoiler there.
Spoilers, though.
Again, sorry about any spoilers there. We didn't go too in-depth there. We just said Eren and his dad. That's all I got for you. Couldn't tell you any more. We didn't go too in-depth. I don't think that spoiler was as bad as when we were literally going ham on JJK earlier. What I will say is, more importantly, if you haven't watched that part, you're really missing out. I mean, we're on the final episode literally next week. I don't know what else to say.
It's real good.
But on to our next one, Honey Bear. Where are you at on your opinion of what the first big three for you would be if it was a new big three.
Well, let's take it to Demon
Or do we just take it to Demon Slayer? Yeah, you're right. We just go to the real big, the new big, the real trendsetter, right?
I think we don't have to fully reveal the list, but I think this is one it's on both of our lists, right?
Yeah, I think that this is definitely, if it's not on your list, if you think that there's a new big three, it's got to be there. They did something that no anime has ever done.
Yep.
They sold out movie theaters in Japan and in the US. Both audiences went to sold out showings for multiple months. Not weeks, not days, months. Sold out showings.
Correct. And an hour of it was what you had already seen. Yeah. And people still watched it.
Yeah, I still watched it. It was
an hour of what you had already seen, and people still watched it.
It was awesome. Wait. No, wasn't it all new material for this one? The newest movie was an hour of stuff you've already seen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes.
No.
You're right.
Mugen Train was all new content. Yeah. They even made it anime. They made anime episodes after where it did do the exact same
which was
thing.
the anime adaptation was
it's all good. It's all
freaking
good.
Awesome.
New movie did that.
Yeah.
To take you
but I want to throw these numbers out to you real fast. So these are manga numbers. It's harder to find total
viewage
anime watching numbers.
We just have
but manga numbers, and you can kind of read between the lines of popularity with these, right? Is it tops all new manga sold at this current, all new manga sold. So we're not talking about the big three anymore. We're talking about the new three at 150 million. But the average sales per volume is what hits it. It's at 6.52, which is higher than any manga in history.
Yeah.
Which, like, just that number alone,
just take that
you're like, it has to be in the big three. It has to be. There's no way around it.
Take it in.
It has to be. Yep.
Also,
One Piece in its prime has 4.82 million sold per volume. And this has got 2 million more.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
That's insane. That is groundbreaking numbers right there. Out of this world. Yep. Demon Slayer's fight scenes might be the most elite fight scenes that have ever been animated in history. I will say, I got one gripe, though. I got one.
Go with it.
Did you hear what the creator said about the sword breathing techniques? Did you hear about this?
I did not. No. Hit me with it.
They're not real.
It's a good breath.
They don't actually happen. It's all fabricated. It's
the creator lied.
Yeah, agreed.
I disagree.
I agree. It's happening. I agree. You know why? I have it tattooed on my body.
I fully disagree with that statement.
Yeah, no, it happens. It happens. That's what I say to my friends every time they say that to me. They're like, you know that doesn't happen, right? And it's by friends, I mean friend. My buddy Tom Ma, shout out to you, Mr. Ma. Thanks for being my freaking duo. He's like, yo, you know he said that didn't happen. I'm like, he's wrong. It happens.
He's wrong.
I watch it with my eyes. I watch it happen. What do you mean? What do you mean it doesn't happen? Huh? Because he wanted to try to make it like more realistic. Dude, it happens.
I don't care what he wanted. This is my anime
I breathe freaking fire and freaking water. Get hecked, man. We're taking over. Otaku Social Club, we're taking over.
This is going back to Dragon Ball when they're like, oh, only Saiyans can turn Super Saiyans. Wrong. Incorrect.
Wrong.
Me as an 8-year-old, I'm like, I can turn Super Saiyan.
If I scream loud enough, watch me happen.
Like,
that's why I jumped off my bed and broke my arm.
I can't because I'm not Saiyan. I'm not a Saiyan race. I'm a human. No, get out of here. My hair surely turned purple.
You missed the part that I said I jumped on my bed and broke my arm, didn't you?
I did. Did you really? Did you really?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I've broken a lot of bones doing dumb stuff like that as a kid.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
I've never broken a bone in my body.
Full disclaimer, editor. Full disclaimer. Do not do that at home.
Don't do that.
You will break your bones.
Super Saiyan.
Yes, you sure can't. Don't do that at home. Do not endorse that here on this channel.
Don't jump.
On this podcast, we do not endorse those things.
Just scream as loud as you can, though. That's fine.
Yeah, that's lit. That's how you. Now that is how you ascend. You can ascend.
Your fists and just scream. That's it. So here's a fun fact from the little website you sent me. We got a lot of information about
percentages,
specific different animes.
Yeah,
a lot of percentages. In Europe, there is one country, and you're never going to get it, but I'll have you guess anyways. What is the one country in Europe where Demon Slayer is the favorite anime, the rank 1 anime over there?
I'm looking at the map. I'm gonna be honest
can you see the map?
Yo, I'm looking at it. I couldn't tell you.
So the red to the left there is Poland, and then the Naruto is Poland, and then the one over there to the right, the one country, Belarus.
Belarus, dude. I'm gonna be honest. You want me to be honest with you?
You don't even know what Belarus is.
Dude, yeah, I'm an
country?
American swine. I don't freaking know what Belarus is. Are you kidding me?
I think it's fun to say.
So let's just be transparent. I'm wearing tie-dye. I think of a few places over in Europe that I want to go to. One of them is the Netherlands. The other one is the Netherlands. Did I mention Amsterdam? The Netherlands. I want to go there. Speaking of which,
You're going there?
my girlfriend's going there tomorrow. I'm jealous.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm going to be lonely, Bear. That's going to be me.
Lonely. I've never been out of the country, but anyways, Belarus.
That's awesome.
Demon Slayer,
and that's a
yeah, it's pretty cool. It just goes to show you there's not many anime.
Yeah,
there's not many anime that get that title.
No,
especially taking it from the big three. The big three, and this little known anime, Pokemon. Have you heard of it?
Yeah. What's Pokemon?
Okay, yeah, Pokemon is also out there, but Attack on Titan. And I can't even actually. Back to that conversation. I can't actually name all of the countries that their favorite anime is Attack on Titan, which is kind of crazy.
It's crazy. There's that in Europe. It's all over Africa.
Yep.
Think about that. Africa has it. North and South.
There's a few in America.
Asia, it's freaking like it's a giga chad in Asia in terms of percentage of viewership, and
yes.
North America is dominated by freaking Pokemon.
Yeah. So going south, you got like who knows what's Argentina?
Yeah, I think that is. Wait, Argentina's
Chile.
Europe, right?
Chile
yeah, I was like Argentina's Europe, right?
Yep. No, Argentina. Maybe.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Argentina is Europe.
But you got quite a few countries, and Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, the two we've talked about so far, those are the two that show up most often everywhere. They just keep popping up. Countries.
Oh no, it is South America.
Anime.
You're right. I'm wrong. It is South America. That's on me.
I was pretty sure that I was right.
American swine. American swine. Throwing it out there. It's beneath.
Those
Uruguay.
are the only two like new gen anime, if you will, that show up anywhere in the world as some of the favorite. Those are the only two. The rest are like Naruto, Pokemon. I think Yu-Gi-Oh pops up a few times.
My job's here to be about anime, not geography. Just throwing that out there.
But yeah. No. But anyways, those are the only two. That's why we talked about them first. I think those two are really high up there on a lot of people's lists, and rightfully so, because a lot of the world thinks about them as top tier anime.
Facts. Sorry to make you doubt yourself, Honey Bear. That was my bad. I'm only here to make you doubt yourself about anime choices, not the planet, dude. You asked me about preferences or like places in Japan.
Provinces?
I got you, bro. I got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, prefixes.
Any last words on Demon Slayer?
Nah, it's a Giga Chad. It's part of the new big three.
So we went over Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan. Where are you taking us next? Where's our next journey here?
So for me, we actually talked about this show already, and where Demon Slayer does this, Attack on Titan does this. So Demon Slayer episode 1, Tanjiro's family gets slaughtered. Right?
Correct.
Pretty freaking heart-wrenching. Already starts your MC off with straight tragedy instantly. Similar things happen in Attack on Titan. Aaron's watching his family get slaughtered by Titans. We're going to the next one where you have more tragedy. We talked about this earlier. That's going to be Jujutsu Kaisen.
JJK.
JJK.
Yeah. And JJK's, we've talked a lot about this in the episode, so we'll keep it short. But it's really up there. It's in some categories in a league of its own. Its volume sold is ridiculous at 3.3 per volume.
Yep, which is actually
episode, if you will.
Higher than Attack on Titan.
Correct. Higher than Attack on Titan. It's up there. It's a lot less copies sold, but it's high, and it's a newer anime, I believe, than Attack on Titan. So you get that as well.
Yeah,
but especially with this new season, the new season's popping off.
Yep,
it's doing really well. I do think it's got, and I'll say this with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer gets a little bit of a pass for me, but I think it still has a little bit to go. Until I would put it in the same category. It needs another season. We're just getting one, so it's not like it's not like we're gonna be out. Confirmed. But like it will need that to keep pushing itself forward. But as far as other anime that you could put on this list, you can't compete. JJK is just too powerful.
Agreed.
Too many people like it. It's too good of a show. And even though it's only we're in its second season, It's still just too good to not be considered for the list.
Agreed. No, is it on your list, would you say? Would you also have it on your list? Would this be another one that we agree on? Or is it not on your list? So
yes,
we both agree on Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Correct.
I feel like our third.
These two are on
I
list.
feel like our third is where we disagree. I feel
Correct.
like that's
the third is
happens.
where we knew coming into this. Our third is disagree. We didn't actually know these two we agreed on.
Yeah, no, I actually know. We actually have not talked much this week for everybody to know. Like, that's why I've been saying so much praise for Honey Bear. Why he's kind of actually been. He's the co-host. I'm a co-host. There's no just single host here. Obviously, y'all hear me sometimes talk a lot. Honey Bear has been talking a little bit more this time. We've loved that. I've loved it. And that's because Honey Bear's done the most research out of the two of us. And these are incredible numbers. Absolutely stellar stuff that we've been seeing here.
Yep.
The thing for me on number 3 for me, and I'm actually going to touch base on a few that we have on our list that make it.
We're done with JJK though.
We're out of JJK. We have it there. We know.
JJK's
right?
out. So it's on the list. It's part of great anime.
Right. So for my third, I'm going to hold off on that for a second. And I'm going to say why one's not my third. And that's My Hero Academia.
Okay.
My Hero Academia starts off with so much action, so much good stuff happening. But you know what I got to say about it? It's still the same as the other big three in a lot of ways. And I think it rides on that formula, similar to Naruto, similar to One Piece, a little bit of similarity to Bleach, to make its case. It does a lot of the same things. And it has a season where I feel like it completely fell off. But,
yeah,
boy, do we start to see it resurge so hard in the latest season. Dark Deku arc might be one of my favorite shonen arcs of all time, rivaling the Hecto Mundo arc from Bleach, rivaling the Wano arc from One Piece, rivaling the Great Ninja War arc, or maybe the Akatsuki arc from Naruto. Not as good as those. Not saying it's as good as those, but I'm saying it's really trying to stake some claim there with this arc. But it still comes up short for me because I just don't think it does enough to change to this new idea that I think is the idea of shonen. Shonen today is not meant to appeal to kids anymore, I don't think. I do believe that the new age in shonen, and why there might be a new age in the big three, is that we are starting to see this tonal shift to the adult side of shonen. And I think there's another term for it now, and it's not coming to my brain right now, but we're just going to keep calling it shonen for right now. I'm sure that people will say something in the comments. Let us know, roast us there. Give us your thoughts in the comments under the video once it's live on YouTube. Obviously, we're getting roasted in the chat right now. I'm loving it. I might have to start having the chat on screen for that reason. But more importantly, I just think that it's a little too soft-hearted. It had a season that fell off, but boy, does its fight scenes really try really, really hard to put it past everything else. And Deku is such a relatable character that I think that it really does try its hardest to push into this for me. But the thing that really grasped me here, and why I'm talking about tonal shifts, and my third in the big three, and I'm going to get roasted for this because it doesn't have enough.
And let me get on air before we give you move on.
Because
I want to talk about this one for a second as well.
Yeah. Passing it off to you.
Because I like your point of the tonal shifts. I think it's backed up by research, right? Kind of in a way. We can't say it's like, oh, is it an adult anime? Or not. But we can say, like, I don't know if you looked at this graph, but I'll pose the question: out of these generations of human beings, Gen X, baby boomers, Gen Z, or millennials, who has the highest percentage of anime watchers in them?
I got to put my handy dandy glasses on for this one just to make sure I'm seeing this
right. There you go.
One second.
Yep.
I'm getting them. This is so I can hide my eyes. Remember, I am Twitch's Gojo. Okay. I can actually see now. Oh, 42% millennials.
42% millennials. And millennials are getting older. We're not spring chickens. We are older.
Old. I'm like fine wine, brother. I am aging well.
Yeah.
I'm getting taller an inch every day.
You're still getting older. You're old. Fine wine is old. But anyways, right? So that kind of sticks to your point of we're like, yes, we still love our Pokemons. Like we freaking do.
I have them tattooed on my body as freaking Demon Slayer characters, baby. Let's go.
But it's not up there as much anymore, right? We're more drawn to, it's like, yeah, we like action. Yeah, we like plot twists. Yeah, we like adulting things, right?
Yeah.
So we see more of this. We talk about more of this. When we were kids, we didn't watch it as much. Like the aggressive things. Were Goku beating down Frieza, right? Like
For 70 episodes.
That was aggressive. So what was that?
Yeah, for 70 episodes.
For 70 episodes,
yeah, it took forever.
But like, right, that was our action and violence.
Yep.
Now we're getting older. Now it's just evolving with us, right?
Facts.
We are the biggest generation that watches anime. And I think, to your point, I think it's catering to that, which is also why My Hero is not on my list for the new big three, even though I love My Hero.
I do too.
My Hero
I don't want to
is
say that's not good.
Freaking great.
I don't want to say it's not good.
Yep.
It's very good.
And I want to just quick lump this in because I know you probably don't have as many talking points for these, but I want to lump in My Hero with two of my favorite animes, just personal favorites here, of Fairy Tail and Black Clover.
So,
and I think they fall under a very similar, umbrella to where it's not really there, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yes, freaking love the anime. Some of my favorite anime of all time. Like, they are on my top 10 list. I love them, but they don't deserve a spot on the big three because it's not about my personal preference. It's about the generalization. And even though my personal preference puts them higher, I have to take a step back on that, look at all of the data points, look at it objectively, and objectively, they just don't match up to some of these other bigger anime.
Did you do any research on Sins at all? Seven Deadly Sins? Yeah.
It was not high enough to even warrant checking out.
Was it like close to Black Clover in terms of numbers?
Yeah, right around there.
Yeah,
like it wasn't on the
that's
list.
What makes Black Clover fall short is its numbers are low. Like its
numbers are low.
Yeah, it's Pluto in this discussion. Even from
the manga numbers are minuscule.
Yeah, that's what
minuscule.
I mean,
there's great manga, great anime. Like Black Clover's manga is good.
Yeah,
I read some of it. I don't read manga.
Some of its anime is
phenomenal.
Its fight scenes
doesn't match up.
Are ridiculous.
Yes.
But it has too much of that soft hardness. I mean, one of my favorite things that I've ever seen and like favorite characters in a long time is Yami. Like I dig Yami a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And I like Asa as an MC. I think Asa, I like how it has a dual MC actually. That's kind of like breaking. That's where I like that's what I like about Black Clover a lot. I'll be honest with you. I have not watched enough Fairy Tail to give any preference on it.
Right.
Other than that, its openers are trash except for one, and that's all I got.
I actually love all the openers, but anyways,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to poop on your favorite. My bad, man. My bad. I'm sorry.
Like if you look at an anime like Fairy Tail, like Black Clover, it's less about the characters and more about the guild. More about
true. Ursa's a great waifu. And more about that. That's Fairy Tail. Yeah. My bad. But
it's more about that, and I freaking love that. Those are the anime I'm drawn to. That's why I like the big three. But I have the big three, and these are mimicking the big three so much they just don't compare. They're not the big three.
They can't be the new big three, right? They can't be the new big three because they kind of mimic, right? They follow the formula, and I think
which is why I freaking love them. Why they're so my favorite.
Yeah, no,
anime.
I agree. I think they're great. I think they're great for that reason. Fairy Tail also solid in terms of what I've seen. I like Lucy. I like Natsu. Like I think they're great characters. But again, I connected to Naruto, right? That's why I didn't connect to like Natsu. Like I connected to Ichigo. I connected to Luffy. And I just didn't find the time to sit down and watch Fairy Tail because it's a long one. It ain't short. It's also a little bit older, so that's the kind of reason why like I have it off of my list. Outside of the fact that it did have a final season that came out a little bit more recently, but I do think it's good. I don't think it's bad because I haven't seen enough of it to say it's bad. And I think Happy might be like one of my favorite freaking Funkos that I have of all time. Yeah,
it's coming back early next year.
Oh, did not know that. So that's very interesting. Yep, that is a fun fact. But, okay,
I would lump getting off of it though. We don't need to spend too much time on them. I would lump those together. My Hero, Fairy Tail, Black Clover, all amazing anime. Hold close to my heart. Don't make the top 3 list. Worth talking about, but they don't make the list.
Is your third gonna be what I think it is?
Go ahead and hit me with your third, and then I'll let you know what my third is.
All right, my third, and a lot of people are gonna grill me for this because it's short.
As they should.
It has a lot. It has a lot more to do with what I've heard from its manga audience. As once we've said a lot about our show, guys, for people that are new here, it is more about anime for us here than manga. There
Correct.
are 2 manga I've read fully through. One is not fully done, and that is Hunter x Hunter. Still waiting on some new chapters. Please come soon. High five on that. And then Bleach. I have read all of Bleach, and I am so happy that we are finally getting the final season that we deserve. So good. It is so hyped. Yes. It is epic. And that ties into one of our things, which is wow factor. We're going to get to that here in a little bit. But for me, number 3, and this is why I said wow factor going into it. And it wowed me. It wowed the internet. It was talked about every single episode, every single week. Maybe that's just because we're all getting older. We're all getting a little bit more, edgy. Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is my number 3 for the new big 3 because it is truly the thing that feeds into this idea of the biggest tonal shift I've ever seen in anime. I've ever seen take that, oh, we're soft, we're fun, we're jokey, and it just turns that instantly on its head. Turn episode 5, I think, or something like that. Spoilers! But man, when you hit it, it hits you like a truck.
Yes. Yeah, and I think it's 12 episodes, right? I'm not wrong on that?
I think we have 24.
Yes, 12 episodes.
Yeah, I think I wanted it to be 24.
It took the world by storm for its 12 episodes, right? Everybody was raving about this.
Yeah, I wanted it to be 24. That's right. That was my want. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think this is like a number that can be used for all anime, but I think it's relevant in this situation. Whereas if you head over onto Crunchyroll, they do have the amount of people that rated this anime.
Yeah.
It's a 4.9, which is normal for a lot of big, good big animes. But 279,000 people reacted to this.
Right.
In a 12 episode anime. And for context of that, let's go to JJK real fast. Just to get the quick of it. It's 245.
Yeah. What's the comparison to Demon Slayer?
JJK's on season 2.
What's the comparison to Demon Slayer on that? I know it's gonna get dwarfed, but I just want to know.
I don't think it's gonna get dwarfed. Let's see. Because and this is the reason I don't use this point because they
right. It's not really like a great
336. 336,000.
That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be.
Yeah, but high up there, but it's like it's competing, right?
Yeah.
It's like a 12 episode anime is already competing with anime who have been out for 3+ years longer than it. Absolutely insane. Really popped off, even though it's only 12 episodes. But really popped off in its viewerships. From what we can see, we can't see a lot of things. And I know, do you want to hit us with the Kanto stat? Do you have that on?
Yeah, I do. So for episodes 11 and 12, right? So those are the finale and the episode that was the pre-finale. It had TV viewership just in the Kanto region of 5.03 million viewers. That's a lot. You want to know what that is?
Just for the final 2 episodes.
You know what that is in comparison to for individual viewership? Part 2 of season 4 of Attack on Titan, which was only 4.4 million.
Yep, the premiere.
Yeah, the premiere of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is different than the finale, right? Because this was the finale versus the premiere. So
yeah,
apples and oranges, but you can make
it's just the best way to look at it.
Right?
Yeah.
You can think about it.
Second most watched TV show on streaming in Japan, only behind Spy Family for 9 consecutive weeks since its premiere.
Which we will not be talking about Spy Family because it does not fall into the shonen category.
No, it does not. But it is a great show.
Great freaking anime.
We might be having an episode about that down the road.
Go watch it because it's real freaking good.
Yeah, it is.
But doesn't really fall into this category, so it doesn't fit.
Chopped off. So I've talked about this tonal shift. I've talked about this wow factor. These numbers are crazy for streaming. These numbers are crazy for viewership. Its manga copies sold is at 27 million, which for how small that is, and 1.7 million in volumes, sales per volume. That's
really low, though.
That is pretty low, but it does supersede Kingdom.
True.
Which has 99 million sold, which is a much longer.
Much longer. I believe we're on season 5 of Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yes, Chainsaw Man. Its manga sales are not great. The viewership, we can't really see the numbers, but kind of piecing it together and looking at it, it's like, yeah, the numbers look really solid and it looks like it compete.
Especially in the Western audience, right? Like it's actually huge there.
Looks like it, right?
Yeah, from what we've been able to find, it's hard to find these numbers, y'all. Like it's not an easy way to digest this. And because we were going off of so many manga sales as well, we were trying to get a lot of the Eastern audience's viewership because the shows come out there first and then get brought to us. So it's easier to try to find those numbers than it is to try to find the North American viewership. Everything's done in percentages in this realm. It's not literal hard numbers.
Correct.
So that's why we're not really going too deep in that. We do know we're an anime podcast, but we needed to use manga for this show. Honey Bear, again, really knocking it out of the park on these numbers, dude. Thanks for getting them for us.
Yeah. And sometimes, when you get percentages, it skews it because, like, percentage of this odd and weird statistic to make the show look good.
Yep.
And it's like, well, that helps no one.
Right. Like, how do we use this to back it up?
It look good.
Right.
Like,
right.
I don't want the show to look good. I want to know the real facts. Was it good?
And that's my personal preference one. Like, that's what I'll really throw on there for the label. My personal preference sticker goes, boom, on to Chainsaw Man, 12 episodes, banger anime. I don't think there was really a lull in the show. Pacing was good. Characters are solid. They're killing people left and right. For those of you that haven't seen it, be prepared to have your heart broken. Be prepared to not fall in love with anyone because they're probably going to die, just like Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I mean, with the anime, like, I think getting a season 2 is going to do it a lot once season 2 comes out. I think more people might be willing to kind of put it on the list.
Yep.
For me, I'm not even willing to look at it strictly because of one season.
Sure.
I just don't think it's long enough to be able to really pull a good sample size at it.
I respect that.
And that's basically it. It just doesn't have the longevity.
Sure.
But the current numbers for the first season look freaking amazing. And these, if it continues, it's going to be crazy.
Copies sold are very, very, like, it's not a long manga yet either. Like, it's young.
It's respectable.
It's very young. So we're just getting into these things, and it's pretty respectable for how young it is. I mean, it's outdone Black Clover, which has been running for much longer, which is sad because
outdone Black Clover.
Yeah, Black Clover's great though, man. But again, it follows that same recipe of like kind of like taking things from all the big three and then some that aren't the big three in terms of fairy tale as well. Kind of follows a little bit of that recipe, right? But it does have that dual main character vibe, which is really cool.
Yep, fully agree.
Yeah,
but yeah. Chainsaw Man is not in there for me.
Yep.
And you did mention Kingdom. Kingdom is an anime that Western seems to watch less of. We don't really follow it as much. It's not really high up on a lot of people's list. I've also never seen it, and I would argue many people that watch our podcast probably also never seen it.
Yeah.
It's not really a big anime here.
We should watch it.
It's much bigger over there. It's much bigger in Japan.
Yeah.
All the numbers are really solid for it. Almost 100 million copies sold of the manga. It pops off. From what we could see on the viewer side of things, the viewership's crazy high every single episode. Not like the highest, but it's up there. Every single episode I saw of viewership, it was up there. Yep. I couldn't tell you like good numbers for it, but it was cool. And so like that's one that also deserves recognition to be in the top 3. And I think people should be looking at it to be in the top 3, even though us in the Western culture don't probably see it, probably agree with it. But mine, we actually already talked about it. And it's kind of a cop-out for the big 3, but I think the numbers were just too good to not put it in there. And that's Attack on Titan. So Attack on Titan was mine.
Right.
Again,
that's
it's
fair.
kind of a cop-out because I looked at him like, holy cow, that's too good to not put in there.
Right.
And that's the reason I wanted to bring up my personal preference anime of Black Clover Fairy Tail, and then you brought up My Hero. I want those to be in there. I want to talk about them. Those might be in my personal big 3. But
Valid.
Making the big 3 list that is objective and not strictly personal, couldn't put them on there myself. Which Chainsaw Man was your personal, but it's doing a heck of a lot better than my than my 2 of Black Clover and Fairy Tail. Heck of a lot better.
Like in comparison to if we had as much manga of Chainsaw Man to Fairy Tail at this point, I think it dwarfs it, dude. I'm not sure,
100%,
but I think just from what we're looking at, like it might dwarf Kingdom at that point. It really could.
It's not even close.
Like,
I think it's gonna be up there with some of the highest manga sold.
No, absolutely.
If it continues, hope they don't screw up season 2, right?
Yeah, no, I mean the anime itself has
up.
been crazy. Again, shout out to Mappa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Killing the game. They keep getting their hands on all kinds of things. You know what we could have talked about on this, and I don't know if you had this stats at all. And it kind of, I don't know if it's shonen or not. It probably is. To me, I think it's like in a league of its own again, another one of these league of their own, but that is Vinland Saga. It's probably a shonen, right?
Yes. Yep. I would consider it up there. Yeah, Vinland Saga was up there. We cut out some of the anime because we
could talk
about
for
everything.
2 hours then,
Yeah, we can't talk about everything, but I would say Vinland Saga is up there. I think it falls into a similar category of a lot of other ones.
Yeah.
Even though it's bloodier.
Yep. And it's got the lull though too. I mean, its character development is a 12 out of 10. Best character development in anime, in my opinion. Is it slow? Yes, it is. But it's slow for a reason.
I honestly, while we're in Vinland Saga, we can do a whole actual conversation about.
Yeah, I think this would be another
episode.
Yeah, I think this is an episode for sure.
I do think there's a potential that this is one of those anime that season 2 took it off the list. Even though I loved season 2, it was slower, it was completely change of pace, and it was outside of the realm of, I think, what you talked about of the the blood, the guts, the gore, the battles. It took away from that. It was a lot more of the psychological things.
Yep.
Which I think pulled it outside the list.
Yep.
Even though, what a great season 2.
So agreed. I mean, we go from the most crazy action-packed, war-filled season that you could possibly imagine.
Yes.
Does have that tragedy tonal shift that we're talking about for new age shonen and the new age of what Big 3 could become. But season 2 really takes it to, like, if you're not an adult, you're not relating to this show.
Yep. It was chill. It was, mind stuff. It was, more psychological and less, yeah. So, I mean, we'll get to that, but yeah, it was different.
We're going to have an episode on that one for sure. So for those that are big fans of Vinland Saga, be on the lookout for an episode about what makes it so great and why its world building, why its character development might be something that could compare to Full Metal.
Could come up there.
Yep.
Yeah, my big 3 though, to round us out, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, and then Z-Boy.
Yeah, my big 3, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. Attack on Titan's not there because I have it in the same category as what we talked about with Dragon Ball Z, being kind of the father of this switch to the idea of where we're heading.
That's fair.
Tragedy, right? I had this one thing I want to say. I had a friend say something to me that their father said to him. Once you get into your 30s or your late 20s, life's gravity stops pulling you up and you start to have life start to pull you down. Things start to happen in your life. You lose friends, stuff like that, You still have a lot to look forward to. That's not me trying to be pessimistic. I'm just saying life changes in ways that you never expected. And make sure you reach out to the people that you love the most and realize that life is not something that you do on your own, but it's a team game. It's a team effort. Make friends with people that are important to you and make sure you call them, All I'll say is if I could call somebody today, I'd call them every single day.
Called me today.
But I'm not going to go
calling
into that.
People every day. If you're like me and you sit in your basement all day, when you don't have your kids, when you don't have the stress of job, when you don't have all this stuff, you just watch anime.
Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes I don't know what anime to watch. Which brings us to next week's episode, which is going to be the best underrated anime.
Best underrated.
Z-Boy and I are going to walk through some of our favorite underrated anime, some anime that people may not have heard of, maybe you've heard of and just not giving it a try. We're going to talk about some of them. And then maybe we'll even get some chat interaction. We can pull from chat. You guys can toss some anime in there and we'll chat about them. But we'll get a small list together of some really cool anime. So if you're sitting at home, it's winter outside, you don't want to do anything social, you just want to watch some anime like we all do, maybe we'll give you some anime recommendations next week.
Absolutely, especially with the winter seasons catalog being completely final. We got some things to jump into there. Also, just a heads up for everyone, I will be doing a watch along in my Discord for the final episode of Attack on Titan this next week.
Woo!
I'm going to be lonely. My girlfriend's going to be in Europe. So if y'all want to help your boy out, you definitely should come hang out with me in the Discord. I'll need you. I'll be sad. Sad boy, Z-boy. But realistically, the most important thing I got to say about this episode, if you disagree, you think we're absolutely insane, you think we don't know what the heck we're talking about, please let us know. Add us on Twitter, at The Real Honey Bear, at Z-Boy Wonder. Take our takes, blow them up. Let's get the Otaku Social Club
roast us
to a new place that it hasn't been before. We're only at 13 subs, I think, on YouTube, maybe a little bit more. But make sure you get out there. This is our last episode I'm posting in chat right here for y'all. Make sure you check that out if you guys missed last week where we talked about what is possibly the best anime ever. Honey Bear says it was. But yeah, the final episode, final season of the final arc, final episode, final show, last time for real, is coming up for Attack on Titan. Honey Bear, you got any last things to say for this week's episode? Longest episode we've ever had. Shout outs to the listeners. Shout outs to the viewers that came in, hung out with us. We appreciate you guys for getting in on this take.
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it best in the chat there. The final episode of the final season, the final arc. I mean, that was what they said was only like a quarter of the real title. So just keep expanding on that, and yeah, excited to watch what's your episode.
We got any like goals this week?
Z-Boy, let me throw you under the bus because this is what I don't think I can throw myself under the bus for this. One of us and or both of us need to take responsibility for this. What are we going to do for the anime of the week conversation next week? Are we going to put it on Twitter?
It's going to be on Twitter. You can find it at Z-Boy Wonder.
Okay.
It's going to be there. Vote for it there. We'll also have a poll in the Discord in the anime section, which everyone gets more votes. We're just going to go from there. That's what it's going to be.
Cool.
It's going to be a battle.
Yeah.
Versus.
Whatever you guys do, we'll have those results out for you, and then just make sure to watch it because we will be. We'll be watching it, catching up on it, and then that'll be the first topic of conversation at next week's episode. We'll chat about whatever anime was the anime of the week. So make sure you guys get the votes out there.
Yep. That's what I got. Do we have any like goals? You thinking of any like goals this week? You got anything on the top of your head right now that we're just gonna throw at these people if they get us enough likes on the video this week?
You know what? If we hit, let's see. If we hit,
I got one.
Go ahead.
I got a giveaway actually. I got a giveaway. Yeah.
Oh.
I got a giveaway. It's something you gave me actually, and I'm gonna hook them up.
Oh, nice.
All right, if we get 50 likes, all right, 50 likes on the video, I'll be sending somebody a first edition Sabrina's Ghastly.
Ooh,
this is no joke,
that's
y'all.
pretty hype.
No joke, y'all. I'm not gonna say the price on it right now because off the top of my head, I actually do not know, but it ain't cheap.
I have no idea.
It ain't cheap. I can tell you that much. All right. So
yeah, it's hard to find them.
Yeah.
Even if it is cheap, you can't find that card.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck trying to find it for cheap. Okay.
Or if you do find it for cheap, it's probably fake. So
yeah.
Congratulations on your fake card. That's sick. 50 we put it at?
50. Yeah, you think that's a good number?
50 likes on the episode. I love it.
50 likes on the episode. So make sure y'all hype out this episode. It should be up on YouTube probably Sunday-ish, I will say. Tentatively, that's kind of about the times I've been getting them up and out there. But be on the lookout for that. I think that's all I got this week from me. And Honey Bear said his piece. So I think that's going to be it for us. It's going to be a sayonara from the Otaku Social Club. And we'll see you again next Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Till then, I'm Z-Boy Wonder. That's Honey